Hey guys, my name's Nissa. I'm so excited to take you thrift shopping with me today while I look for some new decor for my kitchen. We just got our kitchen remodeled and I just feel like it's still missing a few pieces. So we're starting off at Habitat for Humanity Restore. I love this place so much. It's my favorite place to go, especially on Mondays. The one in my area does a discount for their members on Mondays. If you're looking for bigger ticket items like furniture, this is definitely the place to check out. I actually got my dining room table from here. They have so many nice dining tables, just that people didn't want anymore, and I ended up restaining mine, and I love it now. They also have a ton of outdoor furniture. I also saw these little like peg posts, and I thought they were super cute for like coats, but I didn't really have a spot for them. I found this brand new lampshade still in the wrapper, and it's from Target. It's only $6, so I'm going to take this home with me because I want to find a nice small lamp for my kitchen counter. I also was looking at these little clocks. I think adding a clock into home decor can just make it look really eclectic. I also was looking at their mini dishes so that when I make charcuterie boards, I have like a dish to put pickles and olives in and stuff like that. I was really liking these like curvy round ones. I just thought they were like different from your traditional ones, and they were only $2 a piece, so I decided that I'm going to take these home with me. I also think they're slightly bigger than your traditional like olive bowls, so I really like that about them. I can add more into them. I also found this huge adorable pitcher, which was only $10. I didn't pick it up because I have one already, and I didn't love that the tab was plastic. I'm also looking at some little cutting boards to make like charcuterie boards with, and I think that they're just super cute to have like on display on your shelves. They're really nice for layering in, and you can stand them in different directions to create height or width with them. I was looking at this one, it was only $5, and I also was looking at the darker brown one too underneath that I think was only $4. I decided that I was going to take both of these home with me. This one's just a tray, but I think I'm going to figure out a way that I can style it somehow. I'm also on the hunt for the perfect like mini pitcher to put flowers in. I think that it's just so stylish when you like style flowers inside of a mini pitcher. I found this like super mini one that I thought was adorable and would be nice layering in somewhere. I also think canisters are a great option. You can put salt and sugar in them. You could even put like your peppercorn or other spices that you use often. I'm going to take this one home with me because I think it's really cute, and I like that it's a cream color. And I found more of these charcuterie dishes, and they had like a ton of them. I think these are like also originally from Target. They're $1 a piece, so I'm gonna take these home with me as well. And I found this really pretty dish. It was $3, and it said on the back that it was hand painted in Italy. It even looks cute on that tray. And then this picture, this was calling my name. I don't normally gravitate towards yellow, but this one just was really calling my name for some reason. And I also saw this canister in the back, but when I lifted it up, I realized it was like really cheap. So I decided to leave that there on the shelf and just take this little picture home with me. Sometimes I find that yellow can just like make me really happy, but it is a hard color to work with sometimes. I also found these adorable little flower baskets that I thought might be nice to put flowers in, but I ended up finding a unique way to style this, so definitely stay tuned to the end to see what I do with this one. And I also found these amazing candlestick holders, which were also yellow. I don't know, I was really on like a yellow kick this trip. This one sticker said that they were 2 for 2, but I found a sticker on the bottom that said they were each $2 a piece. So I had to go with that. I saw all these amazing teapots here too that I just wanted to share with you guys. There's this giant white one on the bottom that says tea on it, which I thought was so cute, but I don't love when things have like writings on them because I just feel like you can get really tired of seeing the writing all the time. And I always love checking out the glasses and the crystal. I found these two little, I think they're perfume bottles, but I think I'm gonna put olive oil and vinegar in them and just keep them out on my counter because they're so pretty, and like I can, like no one's stopping me. I saw this paper towel holder also, which I thought was really cute, but it didn't have its one knob on the end, and I just felt like practically it probably would come off a lot. And there is this other tray. Another thing to always look out for is just trays. If an area is feeling really cluttered, I've noticed that if you just put all of your stuff on a tray, it just kind of like collects it into one space and makes it look more intentional. I love thrifting picture frames, especially gold ones. I'm really in my gold era right now. I just feel like it looks like so elegant and royal, and I don't know, there's just something that really like I gravitate towards it a lot. It's very warming as well, and I feel like for a while there was like the whole like gray and white trend going on, like this millennial gray and white trend. But I feel like a lot of people are bringing warmth back into their homes, and I'm loving that. They had so many brand new lampshades. They have so much stuff here that is overstock from Target, and you can get it at a discounted price. They had slippers. They have like art decor or art projects for kids. I've gotten a couple of like crafts from here before for my kids, and they've loved them. They had pillows and stuffed animals, these Easter baskets, which I think would be great, especially since Easter is approaching. They had all these vases with like florals in them. They weren't particularly like my style, but I just wanted to show you guys that there are like options out there to look for at the thrift stores, especially ones that get overstock from places like Target and Walmart. They had a ton of tablecloths and sheets. And they had these like swimmies for toddlers, which is amazing. These things can be really expensive. They had these nice like stone candlestick holders, which I thought were cool. And they had like some cosmetic stuff here as well. This all originally rang up for me around like $50, but because I'm a member and I get a little discount, it came down to $40. So it was amazing. I got a ton of stuff for $40. And I'm so excited. I'm going to take you guys now to the next place, which is going to be the Goodwill. I'm so grateful I live in an area where there's just so many thrift stores, like very close proximity to each other. Like the Goodwill from Habitat for Humanity is only 5 minutes. And yeah, I just feel like I can hit them all in one shot instead of taking like an entire day to go thrift shopping. So now we are walking into the Goodwill. I find so many clothes here. I actually got this white fluffy jacket that I am wearing in this video from here, and I got my jeans from here. And the jacket is Abercrombie and Fitch, and my jeans are Zara. And I just feel like they have like amazing clothes here, but we're gonna skip past the clothing section today and go right to the home decor because that is what I'm focused on. I found these really nice white plates. They're CB2, which is a great brand, but I just didn't need any plates, so I left these behind for someone else. I found these awesome popcorn bowls. These are also from Target, which is just crazy. I'm like getting all the Target finds at a discount. But we have family movie night at least once a week, and we always like have our bowl of popcorn, so I think this is great. My husband and I can both have our own bowl of popcorn now, and our kids can each have their own little individual bowls of popcorn too. They had brand new hydro flasks here. I think it was like a his and a hers set. I really liked this pink one, and it literally was brand new, so I took this home with me. These are originally like $30 to $40, and this was only $3.99. So how can you pass that up? I also saw these really cute Christmas sugar and cream set, but I left those behind also because I don't really love the writing on them. This cute little, like, I think it's for letters at your wedding. You can like slip letters in the top of it and then make like a wedding display. I thought that was really nice, and I found this adorable cabinet. I had been looking for a mini cabinet to put on my kitchen counter, and I think this might be the one. It was literally only, I think it was $4. Can you believe that? $4. So I am definitely taking this thing home with me, and I am so happy with how it turned out in my kitchen. I just like It's probably my favorite thrifted find that I have gotten in this video, because I've been wanting one of these things for a long time. And I also found this like dart cabinet, which my husband literally would have loved this. However, we have nowhere in our house for this. If we had like a basement, I totally would have bought this. I think it was like $14.99, but it seemed like it was in pretty good shape. Moving on to the lamps, I didn't see much here in the small lamp section. I saw this like one candlestick gold one, which wasn't bad, but it just wasn't exactly what I was looking for, so I decided to leave that behind. This is more of the shape that I'm looking for, but I did not like this blue, and I didn't like the curls on the handle, so I left that also. I know the perfect lamp is waiting for me somewhere out there. Also, I know I said I wasn't gonna shop for clothes, but I found this adorable dress. It was J. Crew and a small and 100% cotton. So I took that home with me also, because I love finding like 100% cotton clothing, and I feel like this dress will be perfect for like layering in the winter and the summer. It's a midi dress, so it probably would look really cute with like some boots or a sweater on top, and then also maybe just on its own with like sandals. So I feel like that dress will provide a lot of options. Moving on to our last store of the video, we are going to 2nd Ave, or A2A Thrift, whatever you want to call it. And I was looking at these cake displays. I really want a cake stand, especially one with a dome, but I didn't love that one. And this one I thought was nice also, but the hardware looked kind of rusted, so I left these both behind. I found these adorable crystal dishes. I thought these would be really nice for yogurt, and they're 3 for $2.99, so I decided to take them home with me. And I was looking at these plates. I thought they were really pretty. I don't need any plates, like I said already, but I still really enjoy looking at them. But I really like to stick to like plain plates. I just find that they're maybe a little bit more timeless, and you don't get sick of them as easily as ones that have like a design on them. And they have like a ton of like storage options here. I will be honest, I don't feel like I made out as nicely here as I was hoping, but I did get some nice stuff. I found this cute little like jewelry box, but I didn't take that home. I thought this stand could be like functional, but again, I just didn't think it was going to work in the kitchen. This one I ended up putting in my cart and then putting back. I thought it maybe would be nice to like put some books in it or like my cutting boards, but I thought about it and it just looked like it needed like some extra TLC, and I didn't really want to invest that into any of the thrift decor that I was getting currently. I saw this tray too, but when I felt it, it felt like really light and cheap, so I left that. And I thought this shelf also was really unique, but sadly like some of the fencing was broken on it. If it wasn't broken, I maybe would have taken this home with me, but I decided to leave that also. They have so many candles and like candlesticks here, even like the battery operated candles. I thought I would take a look at some of the candlesticks, but again, I just didn't really see anything that was catching my eye. I found this one candle sconce, which I was so torn. I was really thinking about taking this home, and then I was kind of just like, no, I really don't know if I would have a spot for it or not. And it was $7.99, which is a little bit more than I'm willing to pay. I found this amazing picture too, and I know I bought the yellow one, but I just felt like this white one also was so cute, and I feel like that's one of those things, like it's alright if you have multiples of, especially if you're going to style like flowers in them. And I love looking at canisters, especially if you have open shelving, just because sometimes your pantry can get a little crowded and there are things that you just always want like close by, so it's nice to hide it in a canister. I saw this little clock. I know I said I was looking for a clock, and I think this might be the one that I take home with me. I love getting just like glass and crystal things. It's definitely my style. And last but not least, but I was also looking at some more lamps, and this again was the only mini lamp that they had here, and it just felt really cheap and not great quality, so I left that behind. My kids, ironically really needed some new colored pencils, and they had them here for $2.99, and there were like multiple sets in there, so I was like, why not? Another thing that I love to look at are their cookware. If you are interested in non-toxic living and want to switch over from Teflon pans to stainless steel, I definitely recommend checking out the thrift store first. There's always options here. I think this one was actually aluminum, but the one that I picked up before was definitely stainless steel. I think this one is also stainless steel. But yeah, there's just a great option if you want to start cooking your food on a cleaner surface. I wasn't able to find if this actually was stainless steel or not on the back, but just by looking at the top of it, I'm pretty sure that it is. I actually am going to get some new pots and pans for my camper down the Jersey Shore soon, so I'm probably going to get them from the thrift store. And then I saw this cute little hutch. I thought it was so cute, and it'd be nice, like, if you're remodeling a kitchen, to just like put that in it, the place of like some traditional cabinets, just to add like some character. And I like looking at their quilts and throw blankets here too, because I feel like my bed like just needs some more texture to it. However, there was nothing here that I felt like was really catching my eye. But the thrift store definitely has so many options for quilts and comforters, and worth checking out. It is now time for my favorite part of this video, and that is styling my kitchen. I'm starting off with this mini cabinet because it was the thing I was most excited about, and it also was the largest piece I was working with, so I wanted to be able to work around it. I was a little disappointed it didn't fit on my actual countertop and go underneath my lower shelf, so I decided to put it on this top shelf in the corner to add some height and draw the eye up, because I have very high ceilings in my kitchen. I'm intentionally putting my dishware in an asymmetrical pattern by using the white ceramics on an angle and then my crystal glassware on an angle. And what this does is it allows some visual interest and just texture, and it also just creates a ton of depth and dimension, and allowing all of your objects to sit in harmony with one another. And really my favorite thing about this is that you can create harmony in any area of your home as long as you follow the rule of asymmetry, because then you're creating the balance. The last thing that I am doing to add to this little mini cabinet is putting a plant on top, just to add some more life and texture and brightness to it. I just love having plants in my space. Also, if you're wondering why I have a turkey plate still up, I put that up around Thanksgiving, and I told myself, like, I'm going to switch this plate out for every single season, and I have yet to find the perfect winter plate or a spring plate, so I still have my turkey plate up there, and I honestly don't hate it, but it's definitely out of season. I decided that I just needed to clear off the whole second shelf underneath and start fresh. I liked this basket up here more, again, because I had 3 baskets on the second shelf, and it just was not adding like balance. It felt like I was really like compacting in a lot of baskets in one area. So I decided to put my brand new popcorn bowls over here into the corner so that they're nice and displayed, and I put these white, I think they're tulips, in the yellow vase that we got, and I love the way that that looks. And now I'm mixing up the baskets and the browns and the whites. I put my dry erase markers in this little, oh, what is that called, flower basket, and my son painted this turtle and asked that I put it on my kitchen shelf, so I thought, yes, of course, I'd love to do that. I found this one canister at the thrift store a while back, and I got these baskets. They're from Target. I keep my rags in them. I have this one that has like my cleaning rags, and then I have another one near my sink for my like hand towel ones. And I just think baskets are a great option when you are styling open shelving to keep your everyday items in. The brown basket that actually is on the top shelf has all my supplements in it. And I decided to move my measuring cups down because I'm breaking up the glass and the brown, and again adding the symmetry into it. And then in this basket here, I'm putting all of my duck eggs. I actually am allergic to chicken eggs, so my dad works with a guy who raises ducks, and we get all of our duck eggs from him. And I know they look very dirty, but ducks are water animals, so they just naturally are a little bit dirtier than chickens. Moving on to the other side of my stove where I have more open shelving, I am starting at the top, and again I'm putting this charcuterie board behind this sign here to add some height up into it. And I wanted to put flowers into this vase also. I really liked the way it looked with the pink flowers, but once I put it high up on the shelf, it looked very messy. It just was giving like a very like messy vibe, and because I don't know, you're looking like up into it instead of looking down on it, I just did not like the way it was appearing, so I decided to take all the pink flowers out and just leave the eucalyptus stems in there, and I just feel like that gave it a much more relaxing look. I have always considered myself an artist, but I became very passionate about interior design when I became a homeowner. It actually is so funny. In high school, my art teacher told me that I should go to college for art, and instead I chose accounting, and I worked in accounting for almost a year and hated it, and I don't think I'll ever go back. And now I'm like channeling my art energy through YouTube and just interior design. But when working in groupings, it's always best to work in odd numbers. So right now I'm working in a grouping of 5, and I'm trying to balance out the height of the charcuterie board and the candlestick with the width of the frame. I'm also adding my mason jars next to it. We use these all the time to store yogurt and sauerkraut, so I like to have them out accessible. And a really nice thing to do, I've mentioned this before, is to use trays just to create intentional groupings of things so that stuff isn't always sitting out on the counter. I wanted to play around with this brown tray that I got, but it just was not a good size for this corner, so I decided to put it in front of this outlet or light switch and put my cleaning supplies on it. I always have these spray bottles just sitting on my counter and they never really have a spot, so I thought if I paired them with the paper towels on this tray, it would be really intentional. And this is one of the picture frames that I got. Like I said, I love gold picture frames, and I really like to add them into spaces that I'm in a lot so I can just like look at the people I love all the time. So I'm going to see what this is like on the tray and try and restyle that. I didn't love the way the tray originally looked, especially with the olive oil bottle. It just like did not look very clean. So I'm going to transfer the olive oil also into that perfume bottle that you saw me get earlier in the video, and I'll show you that in a second. Again, when styling this tray, I'm trying to create the proper balance of like height with it, and I just don't feel like this picture frame was working in this spot, so I did end up switching it out with a vase of flowers. I put my diffuser back over here and this little sign that I had, and this canister that I also got. I decided that I'm gonna put my favorite essential oils in the canister. I was able to fit 2 of my favorite ones in here. I could have put 3 in here if I turned them on the side, but I didn't want to risk them spilling, so I just had 2 in standing up, and now it just feels like a really intentional corner. I'm gonna put that picture frame that you saw me take off on the shelf above it because I had these 2 canisters up here and it just didn't feel like it was the right grouping, and I really felt like it was missing something, and I think it added the perfect layer of warmth against all the glass on that shelf. I also had these flowers that I wanted to put into this empty basket, and then I was gonna fill up the rest of my picture frames with some family photos that I already had printed out. This is my personal preference, but I just think that picture frames that are larger than like an 8x6 should not be on a shelf, that they should be on a wall. I think that when styling surfaces, it is much easier and less overwhelming to use mini picture frames. They easily can just fill in the negative space and not draw away from the focus of what you're actually styling, whereas a larger picture frame can sometimes compete with whatever surface you're setting it on top of. Like, say for an example, you have like a pretty dresser and you put this giant picture frame on top of it with a bunch of other large picture frames. It can just look very congested, and I think it's better to just hang them up on walls. That again is my personal preference. Like I said earlier, I am filling up these perfume bottles and I'm going to use them as like olive oil and vinegar bottles. I just really think they're beautiful and I don't have to be like narrowed down to perfume. I think it'll be convenient to grab just when making a salad. I use apple cider vinegar pretty often just with cooking. I don't actually cook with olive oil that often. I use it much more as like a topping. We typically cook in like tallow or butter or coconut oil. Olive oil doesn't have as high as a heat point as those other oils and it can go rancid when it is overheated. So that is just my personal preference why I don't like to use it for cooking. I'm actually a cancer survivor and very passionate about health and wellness. So if you are too and you love just like creativity and motherhood, I highly recommend liking and subscribing and just keeping up with my channel. Here is an overview of my kitchen. I love how it turned out and it just feels so completed now.